gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
How we doing?
Hey, family.
What's going on?
Welcome to Conversating, Conversing and Relating. I'm April Autumn, your resident sex therapist.
Life Coach Jay Hughes in the building. How we doing? Again, we got another beautiful background.
Hello, Houston.
Yeah,
Hello.
Houston. Loving it. Loving it. Shout out to everybody that's about to tune in today. How was the week going?
You know, you all see some Coke products here. Shout out to my Hughes family. Hughes. Anyway, there's a very special lady in your life besides me,
Yeah.
besides
Yeah.
Elena and your sister
Grace.
and Grace.
Yeah.
Ooh, I almost forgot her. And my mama. Look,
And your
look,
mom.
look, look.
Yeah.
But your mother.
Right.
And I'm very sad that I never met her because I know she was an amazing woman, and it was her birthday this week.
It was.
Yeah, it was. And so one of the things that you can share what you did that, you shared with me that I thought was just so cute. And while we're doing Coke today.
So
that sounded horrible.
Well, yeah, while we're doing
Coke today.
Cocaine? No.
No.
Regular.
Regular Coca-Cola.
But the reason being is because my mom used to love Coke Lime with what is that?
Unsalted peanuts.
Unsalted peanuts. That's right. Yeah, I forgot because I was just like, man. But yeah, it's Coke Lime with unsalted peanuts in a bottle, and so I didn't have the peanuts, and I do got a little drink. But definitely Coke Lime is one of her favorites when they drop Coke Lime. She couldn't do regular Coke Lime, so she had to do Diet Coke Lime. And so Diet Coke Lime in a bottle, dump the peanuts in, shake it up a little bit, and then eat it and drink it as they go along. So it was one of those things that she did. And so her birthday was May 2nd, July 2nd, and my dad's birthday is May 6th.
Yeah.
But mom's birthday was July 2nd, and that's just something that we like to do for her, and we wanted to do for her. And so I had some, and my wife bought me some. She bought me some peanuts. I don't have it right now because I don't want to get just snacking and snacking. But some peanuts and got me a Coke Lime and got me a Coke, and we just went to town with it. So thank you for that, baby. That meant a lot. Happy birthday, Mom. Don't know how old you would have been because it don't matter. You just would have been here. But I know you have been having with Dad, chilling, partying, kicking it with Jesus, still praying on my behalf and my siblings' behalf down here. So that's definitely good.
Yeah, so that made it, very nostalgic, bittersweet week. 4th of July. Ooh, B. Hello. 4th of July was interesting. My Black Power. Are we really free? What are we celebrating?
Yeah.
So we didn't really celebrate. I mean, we were very reflective this week.
Very reflective. Listen, very relaxed. We've done a lot of good things. We've done a lot of moving. We've done a lot of ripping and running. And yeah, we're just reflective. And so this is one of the things where we just took time this week to just chill out and be reflective. Now, we could have went to, see the Dallas Hughes.
And speaking of, in she walks, Mrs. Hughes. Hey, girl, miss you too. Miss you too.
Yeah.
We owe you a trip.
Yeah, we're coming. We're definitely coming. Please forgive us.
Yes.
But we just took time to reflect. I think it was time to slow down.
Yeah, we've been ripping and running a lot. And so this first week in July was really spent thinking and being strategic and intentional.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Being strategic and intentional.
Yeah.
What cracking, cuz? What's up?
Hey, Delon. What's up, Delon?
That's the homie.
Family is just coming in. I love it.
So listen, we'll get right to it. You know how we do. As again, we have this overlay, and we want this overlay to come in, but I'm going to go off overlay for a second. I want to make sure that we understand that we are actively trying to bring something to the table. We're actively trying to do something that allows us to just be in a space to help people, right? And one of the things, since help was on my mind because of Mom, one of the things is that I came across for our topic today is support. Yeah. Support, right? Support is major. Right. Support is major.
And before we start, we want to say, hey to Facebook folks. You know, you guys don't have the best view of us. We're going to figure this out, but we're trying to do different platforms. But hey, Facebook, what's up? So if you want to join us on YouTube, go to our YouTube page at the Obsidian Lux Group. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hola.
Hola. Yeah. Steffi. Hope you're doing well. She just came back from Chi-Town. So celebrating one of our good friends, Kimmy's birthday. So we were excited about that. Celebrating a major 160, which is amazing.
That is amazing. Yeah, she looks like she's 50.
Kimmy about this high, and so
she most likely is a vampire. They probably celebrated at night for sun purposes.
What? Anyway. Okay, so back to support.
Support is something that we all think we got, and support is also something that we all think at some point in time we've never had, especially from certain people.
Right, most definitely. You know, I think sometimes when we get upset with folks and our feelings are hurt, and we really want to be supported in a particular way, I'll call myself out. My family don't never support me. Saying stuff like that. Right. And that's just not true. Right. That's not true. Maybe their support may have looked very different than what I wanted it to look like. Yeah. But most definitely they have supported me throughout my journey, especially my mom. Hey, Mommy, I see you on Facebook.
Okay.
Hey, girl.
All right. Hey, Mom. Mama Susie. So support is something that we all want. We want it from our family. We want it from our friends, our closest friends. We want it from people that really matter to us, right? We want it on the job.
Right.
We want support on the job. We don't want to be overlooked. We don't want to be overshadowed. We want to be, hey, even the smallest support, hey, I see you trying, I see your effort, any kind of support. When it comes to family, it's the smallest support. Hey, I was just calling to check on you. I wanted to see how you're doing, how are things going, so forth and so forth, right? So support comes in all shapes and sizes. So the question is, throughout this conversation, we want to really sit something on your mind, right? And that something is, when you think about support that you thought you were getting or not receiving, were your perceptions rooted in reality, or were they shaped by past disappointment, assumptions, or unspoken expectations? Right? So basically put, when you were not getting the support or getting support that you thought you were getting, or when you weren't getting support that you thought you were getting, was your perception of said support or lack of support based on past disappointments, assumptions, or unspoken expectations? We want to hear from people in the comments.
I can say for me, there's an expectation that I have in my mind that's not fair. I can admit that it's not fair, but there is an expectation that I have about what support looks like. And I think I said this, like, I know lots of people. Well,
you know lots of people.
Okay. Yeah. I know lots of people.
You know lots of people.
I know lots of people. However, I think the assumption is just because I know lots of people that I will get lots of support. And that's not true.
Right.
That's not true.
I think support on my end, just like everybody else, support looks different, right?
Most definitely.
And when support looks different, we kind of have expectations along the way based on our perceptions, just, like the question says. So for me, support looks like, hey, man, I see you. Or, hey, I'm calling to see what's up, even if it's just 5 minutes. Or when I call, hey, I got something going on, or something's going on, and they pick up the phone, that's support. You know, for me, it is.
Right.
You know, when I come to you, I'm able to come to you and say, your support for me as a husband, what you give me as a wife, simply says, okay, I see something's going on. Let's talk about it.
Right.
I see something is bothering you. Let's talk about it. Or you come to me with a refreshed version of my own idea, right? And then you say, hey, I see that idea you had, but here is something that may help you in furthering that idea to reach an end goal, right? Uh-oh.
That was a good catch. Oh my gosh.
Got a little win. Okay.
A little win.
I want support to look like the support I give. Otherwise, keep it. Ah, man.
Was that Renata? I'm sorry, y'all.
That was your friend.
Oh, Stephanie. Okay.
Stephanie says she wants support to look like what she gives. So you want them to match your energy. That's basically what you're saying.
Match my energy.
A lot of that. I mean, I get that. You know, matching energy is something that's important. Matching energy as far as reciprocity is important.
Yeah. However, how many times have we had this conversation? What is it that you need?
Yeah.
Because I know how I like things.
Right.
But if I don't ask, or if you don't tell me, I don't know how you like things. For example, you know I love a good surprise.
Right.
I love
you gonna take it to the surprise.
A good surprise.
Okay.
My love does not really enjoy surprises.
I can't stand surprises. Sometimes I'm getting better, and we had a talk, and that's the thing. We had a talk to see where that comes from. Right. So it wasn't just, oh, I hate surprises.
Right.
I hate surprises like I'm some grouch or so. What is the guy?
Grover
or something.
Grover the Grouch?
Grover or something, yeah. I hate surprises.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, Renata said, you know that ain't me. I'm sorry. I was distracted by the phone falling. But support, like having that conversation about what it is that you need, want, and desire in relationship, whether it's family members, whether it's friends, whether it's your partner, like there has to be a conversation about things. So I can't just assume that you are just like me because I know opposites attract.
Right.
And you are completely different from me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Somebody said pride. Ooh. Because this first question that we're going to ask our group, again, we want you guys to tune in and say what you need to say. And definitely share this live because, again, this is support. And we're here to support you guys. We want to show support. We want to give support, all of the above. So pride can keep you from getting support.
It can.
Right?
I don't need no help.
I don't need. Renata says, when I didn't receive support, I perceived it was because of unexpected expectations and past experiences. Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I've seen a lot in my practice when we talk about family, and maybe folks have difficult relationships with their family, and so their friends may provide a lot of support, or they don't perceive it as support. And they'll say, well, how can my friends truly love me or support me if my own family doesn't truly love me and support me?
Right.
And so, yeah, those past expectations, like my family doesn't really support me, so nobody could, or the way that I think
they support me.
Yeah.
Or I think I should be supported.
There it is.
Right.
And it's Oscar.
Right.
Thank you, Stephanie.
While I want it to look like how I extend it, I learned that how I extend support is rooted in my view. It ain't always feasible or realistic to expect me and my ways in someone else whose experience in extending support is completely different.
Yep.
That's true. We expect, listen, that's why our friends in Austin said, I want it to look like what I give.
Reciprocity.
Right? But are we giving room for that person to give support how they are giving it? Like Delon said, are we giving that person, like in a partnership, right? Are we giving your partner, are you giving your partner room to support you like they are able to support you within their capacity?
Even in a friendship.
In a friendship, yeah. In a friendship. Yeah.
You can tell me, right? You can tell me exactly what you need, want, and desire, but my perception of how I'm acting that out, right, may look totally different.
Or how I get there.
Yeah.
Right? Like how I get there in supporting you by what you're saying and how you're saying you need support may be a little bit different than how you thought I should get there.
Right.
So that begs the question, is a small question.
You know where I was going. You know where I was going.
Have you rejected support because it didn't show up in the way that you expected? Have you rejected support because it didn't show up basically how you thought it should show up?
Yeah.
It was support. But because it didn't show up in your mind, how would you thought it should show up, you just rejected it. No, I'm good. I'm good. Right? In this season of my life, I have a great support system. I understand that people can give what I can give, or what I give. Yet, what they give is what I need when I open my mouth and tell them. Listen, a lot of people don't get that concept of simply opening your mouth and saying, I need support, and I need support in this way.
Right.
Because we feel like when we ask for support, it's a delicate balance, a tightrope of telling them, this is how I need support. But then expecting them to support you in the way that you told them to, while realizing they're their own person and they're going to support you based off what you give them as a blueprint, but in their own way.
Right.
Yeah.
We keep going back to support, and I think what we really need to do is define what is support.
Yeah.
Right? What is support?
Ooh.
I think for me, it's consistency in action. Action plus consistency.
Yeah.
Whether that's in conversation, because to me, conversation is an action.
Right.
Right. Some people are like, nah, that's just words.
Right.
But if you are checking on me in your conversation, then
that's support.
That's support.
Yeah, it's a form of support. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Somebody said, when prideful folks are asked how someone can support them, if they don't know or are too prideful to say, the answer is, I'm okay. Yeah, that's deflection.
Yep. I'm good.
That's deflection.
I'm good. And I'll speak directly to Black folks. That is a Black folks thing that we are taught from very early. Like, don't nobody really want to hear about what I'm going through.
Right.
Don't nobody care. Actually, people do care. People care. It is, as Stephanie has said, are you allowing people to care and give you the support you want, need, and desire?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you keep them at arm's length,
right.
If you keep pushing them away, then that's where they're going to stay.
And it's also like, the thing that gets me is, do you want support from the people you're actually getting support from? Because sometimes we're not getting the support. We're getting support, but it's from the most unlikely of places.
Right.
Right? We're not getting support from idealistic, because again, we have support in what it looks like for us. And we have these people that we expect in our lives to show up and support.
Mm-hmm.
However, when we do support, right, or when we do get support, sometimes it comes from the unlikely places, and then that puts us off and makes us think, well, hey, we don't need that support because it's not coming from the place that we want to. Or they don't know what I'm going through. They just get a hint that I'm feeling a certain way, and they want to show support whatever they can.
I think going back to that definition, trust has to be in there as well, along with vulnerability.
Right.
Like if there are people who are asking you, to some extent, right? I think Stephanie alluded to this a little bit. that if you don't trust folks, it's really hard. Facebook is really going to be mad at you. It's really hard.
And when it's winding.
Right. It's really hard to give them you and what you need, want, and desire.
Right. This is the most authentic we've ever been.
Yeah,
There's wind going on out here. As beautiful as it is, and we're having not technical difficulties, but we're streaming multiple places, so trying to get it going. But anyway, support definitely looks different, and support sometimes when it doesn't come from the right place or from the people who we think, we tend to reject it.
Right.
So does that absolutely mean that you didn't get support?
No.
Because now sometimes you go into this, well, they didn't support me when I was going through. They didn't show up for me when I was going through. They didn't do this when I was going through, right? But they did, and in actuality, because it wasn't how you thought it wasn't the same veracity as which you showed up with when they needed support. Now all of a sudden it's not support. So now it's rejected. It's still support, right?
It's still support.
Now, how does that translate to partnership? When you're dealing with your partner and you're dealing with the things that you deal with on a regular basis between you and your partner or you and somebody you're dating, how does support and what does support look like for you? Because listen, support comes in categories. The support you expect from your friends and family looks different in some cases, depending on the situation, versus the support you get from your partner.
Before we even go there, can we go to the WNBA story, please? Yeah, because that kind of, and I'm not saying that everything we talk about is heteronormative on this show.
Right.
It's not, because we deal with all relationships. And so, but this, as we talk about the divisiveness that happens between Black men and Black women, I thought this was very, very interesting. And so I would really like for you to share what that was.
So basically, I was on Facebook, and while on Facebook, this one of my favorite content creators had asked a question, and one of the questions they asked was, do you get support? And then he cut away to a video of another content creator going around asking random people. The question was, if a man wears a WNBA jersey, is he gay, or is that acceptable amongst women? Now, you had some women, mainly ratchet, that were like, oh no, why is he doing that? And reaching and grabbing for air and all that kind of shit, right? But you had some women that said, yeah, that's pretty acceptable. He's supporting the WNBA. You know, he's supporting women's sports. He's supporting women. It's a win-win. You know, women are getting money. They should get paid like athletes, blah, 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 right?
And when we looked at the statistics, the people who are actually supporting the WNBA the most
are men. Right.
Are men. So, who are buying the tickets, who are going to the games, who are buying the apparel and all of those things. It's men. Right.
It's men. So the thing was that the original content creator was saying was, this is why Black men, he was saying Black men, don't support Black women in some cases, because you don't know what you want. You don't know what support looks like. If we are buying jerseys at a WNBA game for WNBA teams, we're spending money on merchandises, we're going to the games, we're spending money on tickets, all that goes towards the team. But you catch me out in public wearing a WNBA jersey, and all of a sudden I'm suspect because it's a WNBA jersey.
You're going to clown me.
You're going to clown me. But all I'm doing is showing support for the WNBA as if I was showing support for the NBA.
Now, and it's totally acceptable for a female identified person to wear a jersey.
It's been acceptable. They had jersey dresses. Remember that shit?
I do.
It was jersey dresses with heels. And the WNBA's been out for a while. Let's just get that clear. The WNBA's been out for a while. But it was, y'all remember them jersey dresses that these women would wear with these heels? And they rock it. They were never rocking WNBA jerseys. Never. Cheryl Swoop's been out there making things happen.
Yep.
they're like on their 20th championship run as far as the WNBA is concerned. Like they've been active for a while.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Angela Reese and Caitlin Clark and a couple of others come in. They're bringing fashion, they're bringing sexiness, and the WNBA is on fire. And all of a sudden, men are wearing the jerseys, not like jersey dresses, but they're wearing the jerseys, and all of a sudden it's a problem when a man wears it because we're supporting the WNBA. We got to support the WNBA in a different way.
Right. So this leads us, or in my mind, leads me to our conversation about support and what support is supposed to look like, the air quotes.
Generalization.
Right. And again, that is support. That's support for women's sports, where historically women's sports, especially basketball, hadn't gotten the nod and approval. And now, again, it is on fire. It is making like a huge wave right now. People are really behind it.
Man, listen.
So
women's sports is live, especially WNBA.
Yeah.
It's live.
And so I found that very interesting, which leads us to this conversation now about in relationships and how we see how Black men and Black women see each other and those expectations that are unspoken. Right?
Renata says, support equals me receiving what I need when I need it. Support for me is not always having someone there to say or do something. It could just be they're leaving me in silence until I get what I need. Okay.
That part.
Okay. Very solid.
That part.
Very solid.
Yeah.
She also adds, they still have the jersey dresses and they're cute. Listen, they're only cute if you put the heels on it to match.
Listen.
The little combat boot heels.
No.
Not the regular heels.
No.
But yeah.
I would have some Chucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Chucks work too with the jersey dress now. Yeah, it depends. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, y'all jagging me, balling.
Yep. So.
Yeah, yes, y'all and Jigga Man be balling.
Yep.
Leave chicks pigeon toes, some of them be crawling. Okay, let me stop. All right.
Okay.
All right. So it's okay to wear WNBA jerseys in public.
No, NBA jerseys.
Right, but it's okay to wear NBA jerseys, but not WNBA. Some people need a life.
They do.
Listen, I would wear a Caitlin Clark or an Angela Reese jersey. My favorite, Angela Reese. Caitlin Clark is the female version of Larry Bird. Angela Reese is Magic Johnson. That's how I feel, right? They're talking about women's sports. It's getting people talking. The WNBA, people are showing up. People are going to the games. It's professional, right? So at this point in time, we're helping when we approach that way. But for some women, for whatever reason, when a man wears the jersey, it doesn't look like support. So let's go deeper. That brings us to, they want us to support how they want us to support, and anything else outside of that is not considered support.
Right.
But is that healthy?
No.
Right.
No. I'm sure the WNBA is like, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Get all the jerseys.
Yes. Come on to more games. Yes.
Get all.
Yes.
Get all the jerseys. Sell out.
They don't care.
Get all the jerseys.
They're finally getting the notoriety that they've been hoping for years now. Like,
over-deserved.
Yeah.
Over-deserved.
Most definitely. Right. And so, yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But again, I think it goes to that divisiveness and trying to, again, box people in about what the expectation and past preconceived notions about, oh, you wearing a girl jersey?
Right.
It's not a girl jersey.
Right.
It's a jersey.
It's a jersey.
It's a jersey.
It's a WNBA jersey. It's a professional women's sports jersey. Professional. But it's okay when we wear college jerseys.
For whomever.
For whoever. Right. It's okay. Right?
So, yeah. So next comment. Who this?
WNBA issue a result of insecurity, envy, jealous natures.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it is. I think it is. And it's very divisive, especially when we're talking about what support looks like um, and the thing that really bothers me, I'm just going to say it, that they were talking to mostly Black women and how they perceive. Now, again, you said some Black women were like, "Oh, that's great.
Yeah, some
that's
Black
wonderful."
women were like that. Yeah.
But for the majority, it was like, "What do you mean? Are you gay? Are you crazy? What's wrong with you? What? You need to get a life, man.
Right.
You need to get a life."
So
but it's okay.
Let's talk about the second question, because support is, again, we've established what support looks like, what it should look like, how it should feel, right? There's always air quotation marks, right? So the next question is, what message did you grow up hearing about support is supposed to look like to you? Yeah. Are you living by those definitions? Basically, when you grow up hearing about support, somebody helps you define what support looks like to you. Are you still living by those definitions of what support was, or how support was defined to you growing up? Because again, we learn support from family, mother, father, parents, stuff like that. So if they're telling you what support looks like, what to look for,
or showing you,
right, or both,
or not showing you,
are you still living by those definitions today? Meaning, are you still looking for the same support that you were taught to look for? Or are you still not getting the same support that you think you've never gotten? Definitely.
I think, as a collective, and Black folks are not a monolith. I get that. A lot of times we don't ask for support.
Listen, let's just for a second, while our crew is answering the prompt, I want to dive into that just a little bit. Okay. I want to stick my toe in the water. We are taught to not ask for support as help as Black folk. That is ingrained in us.
Right. When I ask, my favorite question is, how can I support you?
Right.
I ask that a lot. Right. Those of you who have been in therapeutic process with me know that usually we'll be talking about that. Something I'm like, wow, okay, how can I support you?
Right.
And they're like, I don't know. I ain't never been asked that question.
But it's funny, and we sit there, because I ask the same thing, like, okay, all right, bro, when I'm dealing with male identified clients, mm-hmm. I'm asking the same question. All right, bro, how you want me to show up for you in this way?
Right.
Right? How do you want me to show up for you right now? Like, what do you need? And I started prefacing that. I don't know if I said that right. Prefacing that, sorry.
That's good.
I started doing that by saying, I'm about to ask you something you've never been asked before.
Yeah.
As a Black man. And I need you to take time to think about what I'm about to say. Because it's going to shock you. And when I ask, how can I support you? How do you need me to show up for you as your life coach? What do you need from me? What do you need me to hear? What do you need me to understand in this moment? And I promise you, all the talking that they have done,
crickets,
up until that time, crickets. It's like, I'm going to have to get back to you on that. And I'm like, wait a minute, sir. Wait a minute, ma'am. Because sometimes it's women.
Yeah, I was going to say, women say the same thing as crickets. They're like, I don't know.
I'm like, wait a minute. You just spent, 25 minutes of our session talking about what's alienating or bothering you. And when the person who you called on to say, this is who I'm going to talk to about it, when they ask you and are genuine about it and say, yo, how can I show up for you? Okay, what do you need me to hear? What's up? What do you need me? How can I support you? They're like,
I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back to you on that. And it's like, say what? What?
I mean, but I think again, it goes back to this thought process of we're not conditioned to ask for help. We don't operate in that way. We don't ask for help.
Right.
We don't ask for support. We just hold it. We push it down. We deal with it. I'm good.
Right.
I'm okay.
Right.
It'll be fine. I'm blessed and highly favored. Praise the Lord.
I'm sorry, even Jesus.
I'm blessed and highly favored, but I'm going to need some support along the way.
Listen, even Jesus called on his God, his daddy, when he was about to be captured in the Garden of Gethsemane. Even Jesus had 12 homies he could talk to about something.
There you go. There you go. So Amazon Linda says, goes back to core beliefs. Family shows up for you but doesn't expect anyone else to. The belief is family is obligated out of love. Outsiders are not obligated to do anything for you. Core beliefs.
Now, is that what you were taught?
Yeah.
Is that what you were taught, or is that what you've come to believe based on stuff that has happened or not happened for you as it relates to somebody showing up for you, right? Because again, we can come up and we can have core beliefs, stuff that was ingrained in us growing up. But some things may shift because sometimes the support may show up how it needs to show up, even if it is different. Sometimes we catch it, sometimes we don't.
And sometimes we have to challenge the negative belief or the negative thought that comes along with that. So it might be that my family is the only folks who are capable of supporting me.
Right.
Right? And then you think about the other things that my friends have shown up for me. People have been there for me when I thought I was alone. So you are actually speaking to that negative thought or that negative belief and canceling it out. But it takes work to do that.
Right.
It takes work.
Right. Very good.
Yeah.
Very
Thank
good.
you for sharing that.
Thank you for sharing that, definitely. Listen, support comes in many different shapes and sizes, and we want to challenge, basically, today, what you believe support looks like. Maybe some of you have been actually getting support all along, but because it's not how you wanted it to look like, and how you wanted it to come to you, you've rejected it. You've overlooked it. You've actually thought they weren't supporting you when they really were, right?
Yeah.
So when support comes along and you're getting the support that you actually need, are we able to recognize it when it comes?
I think that goes back to like it has to show up a particular way. And like Delon says, we don't allow people to be them and supporting us the way that they can support us. It's just like, I need it to be this. I need it to be that. For example, what if, let's say, I say to you, babe, I want to start a makeup business. I don't know. I want to start doing makeup. I want to start doing makeup. And you look at me like, babe, I think that's a great idea. However, what I see in you is maybe you should do more speaking engagements. I can see you doing that more than you doing makeup. Like your makeup is flawless and everything. However, you do speaking engagements better.
Right.
And then I say to him, I just need you to support my dream. I just need you to support my dream of makeup. Right?
Listen, that shows up a lot. For guys, they were like, okay. Sometimes.
And then a year later, I'm like, baby, I ain't got no clients.
And then we're like, I told your goofy ass you should have been doing it.
Well, I would hope that you are not that
No. I be like, oh, baby, come here. But in my mind, I'm like, I told your goofy ass that you should have been. You ain't want to listen to a nigga, right? So I get it. I get it.
But
right?
Seriously, we're joking about it and we're being silly about it. But we hear this all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
For men and women.
Men and women.
Men and women.
Oh, thanks, Katira.
Sis, you know what this shirt is. You know where this shirt came from. You know who birthday just passed. You know what it is. But anyway, we get that from men and women all day, every day, right? And it's different every time. Rejecting support is my superpower.
Oh, Stephanie.
You sound like
I'm
an evil.
Love you.
You sound like an evil villain, Stephanie.
Oh, I'm gonna give
Rejecting
you a
support is my superpower.
You know what? I love Stephanie, and Stephanie, she is. You know what? I'm gonna make it plain for you to really understand.
Right.
Her and Grace have the same birthday.
Oh yeah, cat lady.
It's like you're a cat. We cat call lady. Grace that. She's like, I want your love, but I don't really.
Cat lady.
I love you, but I don't.
Renata says, I wasn't supported growing up. I was always seeking love and support. I began giving people what I thought it looked like or what I thought I wanted. Listen, I think that sometimes we have to challenge whether or not we were actually loved and supported, or did they do the best that they could do?
With what they had.
With what they had or what they knew. Not giving excuses. I just want to challenge that perception. Did they do the best that they could do with what they had, what they knew? Because again, they may not know what support looked like because they never had it themselves, right?
Right. And our parents, generationally, my mom grew up in a time where, support. What is that? Support is you go out, your family's there, you suck it up, buttercup, and you keep going.
I got to support bra,
She gonna get you. She
probably gonna give it for that.
But it wasn't like, this is different. And so I'm very thankful for her because it took her some time in her own development and then figuring out what support looks like for two children as she raised them. So it's different. Yeah. Katura says,
it's also understanding that just like we have a love language, we have a support language. For example, just because you tell me that you love me doesn't mean I feel loved by you. Whew, that's a gut punch. Blah, right in the gut. That's true. People say, listen, we get it from our own clients.
All day, every day.
We get it from people all the time. I support you. And then you're like, okay, but how? And then they're like,
what's my favorite way? What did I say?
By evidence of what?
Evidence of what's right? The evidence that
what's the evidence that you support me?
That you're supporting me.
But then we say, oh, I support you. And then they're like, okay, how? By evidence of what? And then they go, I just said I support you.
By words.
By words.
Okay.
That's all I got for you.
Is that enough? That becomes the question. So is my word that I support you enough? And if not, what else do you need?
Yeah. Renata says, so some of it worked and some of it did not because I was overcompensating for what I did not get for family, friends, and children. Listen, I think we all overcompensate to a certain extent. Yep. I think we all overcompensate when it comes to what we think we need. Because sometimes we go into this thing saying, my support level has to be like this. It has to be just like this background. Looks just endless as far as the eye can see. And sometimes it just needs to be right here.
Right.
But if we think for this particular thing, we don't get this background as far as the eye can see, as far as support is concerned, we're not getting real support. Mm-hmm. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Just because you have shown up to support me in your own way doesn't mean I feel supported by you. So I have to adjust and find ways that you have supported me.
And maybe we have to both adjust to see
right.
and be seen.
Right.
I'll say it again. Maybe we both have to adjust to see
right.
and to be seen. It's two ways.
Because what we don't consider is sometimes we may be equally as wrong by rejecting what little support they did give and how it makes them feel because we're telling them, you didn't show up for me how I wanted you to show up for me.
The capacity.
And factor. They're like, I'm doing what I think I can do and I know how to do. And this is not enough. I told you exactly what I want. You should know how to do it.
The capacity.
Right.
Yeah. What capacity do you have for support and what it looks like? And that is a conversation all day, every day. All day, every day. Yeah, Renata says, yeah, my folks did the best they could with what they had. I honestly don't think they knew how to support and love me. They're forgiven and loved in spite of. Because when you
grace.
don't, it does so much grace. Because when you don't, you're the person that's stuck, not them.
Yeah.
They did the best that they could. You in love, you forgive them. I'm not saying it's easy. Most definitely, I'm not saying that. But you do. You move through it. And because of that, you're able to love and be loved, be seen, and do all those things that you need to do in their current relationships that you're in.
Here's my thing, though. If we can extend that grace to our parents, for some of us, can we extend that grace to our partners?
Or
past partners? Or ourselves? Because some of us, listen, some of us acting like we showed up for other people. Some of us act like we had that same energy for other people. We know we pick and choose. We know we pick and choose who and where how we showed up for other people. Some of us really out here acting like we showed up, like we expect them to show up for us, and we did not. But yet still we have the same animosity to them, saying, when it's me, I need you to show up for here. Some of us show up on condition.
Most of the time.
On the condition that somebody else who you're showing up for, until they show up for you a certain way, you're gonna dribble and drizzle, show up to them like sprinkles of cheese on a pizza. You're just gonna.
I mean, I can't get them all of me. I can't get them all of me. What you mean? I can't get them all.
I told her not to go down there. She went down there anyway. She took her goofy ass down there anyway. Let her handle it. I'm just gonna show up and call her ass and she all right. Same thing.
It's like when you are confident in showing up as all of you all the time, it's so freeing.
Yeah.
It's so damn freeing. Like, there's still people who put me in a box, and one of the things that you say to me all the time, you pull me to the side and be like, babe, they don't really know you, do they?
I be trying to tell you. Listen. I don't think so. I say, listen, because what we're looking for, this is just a personal testimony. When April is looking for support sometimes, I have to remind her when certain things, like, listen, babe, they don't know you like that. They know you as April. They don't know you as April, girl, the therapist.
You know.
Some of them don't even really know your story.
Some of them don't know what I do, period. They're like, what you do? You got a job or something. I do have a job or something. I'll be
something.
You do something. I don't know. I don't know what you do.
But at the end of the day, showing up and wanting people to show up is something that we have to have a delicate balance on, right? We can expect people to show up for us without conditions if we're showing up for them on condition.
Right.
Right? I'm only going to show up for this person when it's convenient for me because they didn't show up for me when I really needed them.
Right.
So now I know how to treat them with the long spoon, and I'm going to show. If you're going to show up, you got to make in your mind, I'm showing up without conditions.
Because I want to show up.
Because I want to show up.
Right.
Right? I want to show support. When I support other rappers, other artists, local artists, I'm not asking, yeah, I'm gonna support you, but let me get that track for free, or let me get that album for free. When I go in stores here in Houston, I'm not asking for discounts because I know them. I got a guy right now who's the head of security of the Rockets. I don't ask him for tickets. I buy my tickets to the Rockets game. And I sit in the nosebleed sometimes.
Which is perfectly fine.
Right, so I can see the game. Like, I'm not trying to, yo, man, we cool, we boys, let me get the tickets. Like, no, right? But I show up and I support him. He don't see me because I'm in the nosebleeds. But I show up and I support him. Like, hey, bro, I was here. I saw you do your thing. I know you kept him from getting punched out. That's cool. You know, you was on the court. You did your thing, you know. So that's support. But again, I don't show up on conditions because that's what I choose to do.
Right.
I don't want to compromise my integrity simply because somebody else, I feel, is showing up on conditions. What I need to do, if that's the case, and this is the case you probably need to check, is if they're showing up on condition for you and you're not showing up on condition for them, maybe you need to choose better friends to show up for. I'm going to drink my drink.
Like I don't have anything. Aw.
Let me drink my drink on that one. That one kind of stung. That one kind of stung, yeah.
Support.
We do pick and choose, bro. I think we take advantage of our partners thinking they'll always be there. Keep not supporting them and F around and find out.
F around, find out.
Listen.
F around, find out. F around, sorry.
Keep thinking you can support them the way you want to support them and not how they need you to support them. And you'll find out very quickly. You'll be on the newest episode of Cheaters. Cheating is a crime. It happens every day.
Sorry.
We love
one
that
of our guilty pleasures.
We love that show. I don't know why. We love that show.
You know why.
Yes, capacity is important. I remember I got invited to 2 different weddings of close friends and I sent the gift but intentionally missed the day because I was grieving what they were celebrating.
Wow. Girl. Listen, girl.
Yeah.
Because not everybody is that emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
That's, girl.
And if you told them and they had the capacity to say, listen, I know why you're grieving. Thank you for the gift. You stay where you at because I know you celebrate me. We cool. Ain't nothing stopping this friendship. That's your partner. That's your partner. Yeah. If they were like, oh, you should have shown up in the beginning, that ain't your partner. That ain't your friend.
At all.
It's not your friend.
At all.
Because they're worried about their day more than your mental capacity, even though it is their day. And the selflessness, even when it comes to friendship, no matter whose day it is always what counts.
But it's my day.
Right.
I'm sorry. Continue. Because I thought of one that was just like that.
Show up without conditions. That's right.
Yes.
Show up without conditions.
Yes.
Show up. But see, it's hard to show up for your partner without conditions when you realize what your partner and how your partner made you feel. You over here holding grudges, not talking, withholding sex, withholding communications, and then when something happened out the blue, now you want to decide how you want to show up for them, right? We've seen it.
Often.
We've seen it.
Time after time.
We've seen it. You are showing up on condition, but that's your partner. That's your husband. That's your life partner. But here you are withholding your support at a time where you need to be selflessness, at a time where you need to have integrity about yourself and put away the small things and say, I'm going to show up and support you because you're my partner. I'm going to show up and support you because you're my husband. I'm going to show up and support you because you're my wife. And when it comes to the husband and wife, you got to say, I'm going to show up and support you because you're my husband, you're my wife, and that's what I signed up for.
This is the covenant that we agreed to.
This is what we agreed. Yeah. No,
you know.
Hey. I agree with Couture that support is given may not seem the same as support received. It's in the perception. Listen, we're talking about the perception, right?
Yeah.
Today is challenging your perception on whether or not you thought up until this point that you were actually getting the support that you need from your friends. Some of you will realize after this podcast, wait a minute, they were actually supporting me.
Within their own capacity.
Within their own capacity. They were doing the best they could do to support me.
Yeah.
They showed up. They might not have spent no money, but they showed up. They might not have been able to stay long, but they showed up. They might not have been able to come, but they called and they showed up.
They might not have been able to give me exactly what I need, want, or desire.
Right.
But they gave me something.
They gave me something.
And it's not to say you got to accept and say, yay, I'm good with everything.
Right. Like you're accepting mediocre.
Right. It's like, they did what they could do.
Right.
That's nice.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I can accept that. They did in their capacity what they can do.
But some of us, let's be honest, some of us run right here like, man, she could have did more than that shit. He could have did more than that shit. I saw this nigga show up for blah, 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 blah. He could have did more than that. He could have did more than that. She could have did more than that. Again, if we are not honest with ourselves about what support looks like, are we accepting support even though it's not what we want it to look like? If we're not honest with ourselves about that, how are we getting support in the first place?
Can I be vulnerable really quick, babe?
Be vulnerable.
This is a story about me and you, though.
Oh, okay.
So, you might remember this, you might not. But, I'm a big birthday person.
Okay.
I'm a huge birthday person.
Right.
And one year, I'm trying to remember what year this was. It might have been really, really early. But we went out to dinner. We did all of these things. But you didn't get me something for my birthday. But you took me to dinner. You did the things, but you didn't get me something physical. And I had an attitude with you. I can admit, I can't even laugh. I had an attitude with you. I did.
This is recent.
No, it wasn't. No, this wasn't recent.
This was the time you thought I forgot about it?
No, not that time.
Okay.
And I was like, I had an attitude and he knew it. And we talked about it and you were like, I don't do this well because in my past relationships, they weren't received. Any of my efforts weren't received.
Right, yeah.
And we had to have a whole conversation, to really be vulnerable with each other, about the expectation between us. Now, I didn't come to you and say what I liked for my birthday and how big birthdays were for me. Birthdays have always been that, right? This was probably the first year we were dating. And then for your birthday, you were like, oh, hell. Okay, I get it now. It was like, okay, I get it. Okay.
80s skate party.
Oh, my God.
80s skate party.
Yeah. And so it really took us coming together and talking about, what does support look like? What is it that I want, need, and desire? I can't just be like, okay, he gonna throw me a surprise birthday party. Okay, he know that I've been. You're not gonna do none of that because it's not. You don't read my mind. That's not how we operate. It's through really intentional conversations.
Yeah,
and that was really important for us to do because I could have just been like, so you don't care about me, right, when that was the furthest thing from the truth, because you always say this, I have no idea what to get you because you have everything.
It seems like you have everything, right?
He says this all the time, and I'm like, but I don't. But I get your point.
So
I get your point.
And our dynamic is, I'm like, okay, what do you want? What do you want to happen?
Yeah.
And I'm like a freaking Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Make-A-Wish Foundation.
I'm like a damn genie. I'm like, what you wish? All right, yeah. And then I do this shit, then it happens,
You ain't lying. You do
in
it.
this same environment.
Since that conversation, it has definitely been that.
In this same, you can't see it. We're not going to pan around to it. But in this same deck, this is our clubhouse deck, right? And this is the backdrop. So one year we threw a party for April in the clubhouse. I rented the clubhouse.
It was a week before, wasn't it? That I told you?
No.
It wasn't like...
was it 2 weeks?
No. It was a week, fam.
It was a week?
It might have been a week and a half. I'll give it that.
Yeah, something like that.
It was short.
It was short. And I was like, when she told me, she was like, let's just have it here. And I'm like, nigga,
And he was like, okay.
Now I gotta make some shit. I gotta magically delicious.
Made this beautiful cake for me, and
man, she killed the cake.
And
good friend from Camp Thunderbird did the cake.
All of that to say,
I cooked the entire thing.
You did. You made brunch happen for my birthday.
I cooked the entire thing, right? And it was one of the things that I was just like, listen, I may not do good at surprises. However, I damn sure can show up if you just tell me what you want.
I just need for you to tell me, because I'm gonna make it happen.
Give me an idea. Put me in the ballpark. You know what I'm saying? Put me in the ballpark. I can wing it from there.
Right.
With the food you want, with the atmosphere you want. Put me in the ballpark.
And you did.
Whether I got to do it myself,
knocked it out.
And you were the smile. You had the biggest treasure cat smile that birthday party when we had it up here, and we took our picture right here. We took our picture with a family picture right here.
Yep.
And we'll probably post it later, but it was one of the best smiles. And I'm like, every time you're like, man, remember you threw me that birthday party? And I was like, yeah, I worked my ass off for that birthday party. But I showed up and supported you how you needed.
Yep.
And that support was bar none, right?
Yeah.
It was me setting the bar as far as birthdays and support and how I show up. And you're like, that's how you do a goddamn birthday.
But it wouldn't have happened unless we had the conversation about like what it is that I wanted. And I couldn't be like, you need to figure it out. What's wrong with you? You ain't never dated nobody?
Listen, if you had said, let's figure it out, or you need to figure it out, it would have been Chuck E. Cheese. Kid can be a kid in this motherfucker with your grown ass. We're going to have this pizza.
Goodbye. Get out.
We're going to do something, but,
Get out.
You got to tell me something. I'm not a mind reader.
Yeah, you're
not a mind reader. Well, my boyfriend showed up for me in time.
My BFF.
Sorry. Showed up for me in time of grief and recognized what I needed. Her presence was all the support I needed. Even though her nature was to give so much more, I felt supported, period. Listen.
I love you.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
But that's from having conversations and listening to you.
Right.
Because she know I can go over and above and beyond. And I kept having to say, okay, what do you need me to do?
Mama bear
Okay,
mode.
what is it that you need me to do?
Best
okay,
friend
what
mode.
do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Okay, but you don't want me to do Okay, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should be wise to find the things that we value and support that a person has shown or given, and then have the approachable spirit to ask, do you have the capacity to show more support? I think we need to ask that question after the fact. To say, listen, I appreciate how you showed up for me.
I see you.
I see you. Let me not downplay the support you gave me in this moment. Whatever it looks like. I just want to ask you, could you have done more? Was there something preventing you from doing more? Was it, because listen, my friend, my mom, this is the shirt I wore to my mom's funeral. I bought this shirt specifically for my mom. She loves pink. She loves gardenias. She was never an AKA, but she probably could have been a good AKA. So I wore this shirt to my mom's funeral. And this is my first time wearing it since my mom's funeral. My cousin Jerry, my mom was everybody's mom. Let's just put that out there. My mom was everybody's mom. Everybody. Ex-girlfriends, other friends. She worked in the HIV/AIDS clinic at the medical center for the county. She was doing real work. She was everybody's mom. She says, hey, I want to support you in this way. I'm like, Mom, what do you mean? Listen, I can't be there. It was graduation, college. I can't be there, but I'm going to call you. I said, okay. I thought Dad was going to stay home and take care of Mom. She physically couldn't be there. Mom, don't worry about it. I'm going to walk across stage, my head high. We ain't got to take no pictures. It's going to be all right. I get across the stage. Halfway across the stage, I look down. Who there? My dad. I get off the stage. I get a hug. He goes, Mama said she proud of you. She see you when she get home. When you get home, when you go home and see her. Support. Very much support. Now, was it what I wanted? No. But then I realized, and I've been knew this, but I realized mom did the best she could with what she had. Just like now, she's always there, right? She always showed up. Dad showed up on her behalf, right? Same thing with my sister. My sister walked across big stage, a whole stadium, Jackson. Mom couldn't be there. Sister walked there. Who showed up? Dad. So it's like we go through these things about what support looks like. We have these different categories of you're my dad, you're my mom, you're my parent. You're supposed to show up in this way for support. Mm-hmm. No exceptions. Right. But when it comes to our friends, we have leeway. Right? So then it's like, okay, well, after that, now we've grown. We're looking at the adult us.
Right.
And I would say, I should have called and said, Dad, I'm on cross stage right now. I'm getting it right now. You know, because FaceTime was a thing, but right. we had Android. But still, Dad, right. I'm doing it right now. I'm getting it right now. I'm taking pictures of myself. Self is worth thing. That would have been suffice. That would have been sufficient. You know?
Yeah.
But with everybody else, when my mom died, my cousin Jerry, he couldn't come in. Couldn't get past the threshold of during the service. I said, Jerry, it's okay. Bro, you can come in. He had this look like he seen a ghost. Bro, I just can't. I said, Jerry, it's okay. She your mama too. I know your mama's still alive. But your mama and my mama are honorary sisters. Their birthday is right behind each other.
Oh, wow.
Shout out to Miss Wilkes. She just had a birthday. July 3rd. Jerry said, I can't come in. He said, I love you, but I gotta go. Yeah. And I said, listen, everything's gonna be all right. We're gonna be okay. You do what you gotta do. You handle it how you need to handle it. I know you support me. You showed up. You came in the church, looked at the threshold. The rest of the funeral was like, I can't do it. But you showed up.
You showed up. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So at the same time, it's like we have to look at these different things.
In the capacity.
Yeah. We, who are the ones asking for them to show up, have to say, like Katura said, how can you show up for me?
Right.
What's your limit? Because I don't want to put you in something that you obviously can't do. Now I'm mad at you because you didn't show up, but I put you in it because I'm expecting you to show up.
Right.
And I knew your capacity was this.
Not to show up.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I think we should be wise to find things of value and support in a person shown up and given, and then have approachable spirit to ask, do you have the capacity to show more support?
That's the one that you just said.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than making them feel like it's not enough or that there's not support. Right.
Yep.
Exactly. Ms. Renata says, we have to be okay with being direct and clear about what we want. Just because we do for our partners does not mean we know what to do for us, or they know what to do for us. Just tell them what you want. Listen, you think that's easy.
It's not. It can be.
It should be.
Okay.
Because that's your partner.
But if you have not been open, vulnerable, naked, go away. Sorry to be. All of those things, it's hard. It's hard. Like, again, we had to have a hard conversation about what it is that I like. And for me, I'll be honest, I was like, am I being selfish? Am I being this? Am I
asking for too much?
Am I asking for too much? Because a lot of times we're like, oh, you too much. You doing too much. You know? So no.
Yeah.
Yes for no.
I have to tell you, you're not asking for a lot. I just need to make the adjustments.
But we would have never had the conversation without, that coming to a head like it needed to. Yep.
And saying to myself, she put this on the table, she being my wife. I need to make adjustments. What is in my capacity? If it's not in my capacity, am I willing to stretch beyond my capacity to show up for my partner how she wants me to the best of my ability still, because now I'm stretching beyond my capacity.
Right.
Right?
And if I can't stretch beyond that,
can I say to my partner, baby, I know what you asked me. I just can't, and this is why.
Can we do something different?
Can we do something different?
Can we
is there a
meet
compromise?
There it is. Can we meet in the middle?
Right.
Can we meet in the middle?
Right. Compassion looks very different when it comes to showing up yourself and wanting someone to show up for you. Looks different.
It does.
It's funny how compassion for self is the same as condition for others based on how they show up for you.
Say more.
We have no condition when it comes to how we think they're supposed to show up for us. We say it with a chest out. I need you to show up like this. I need you to be front and center. If I whistle, my partners need to show up like this. Right?
Okay.
When it comes to them, if they don't meet that unwavering, non-compromising, non-flexible view of how we think they should show up to us, oh man, you ain't show up for a nigga. You ain't show up for your girl. I'm out here going through it. You ain't show up. But my dad died, man. Your daddy won't shit anyway, bro. I need you to show up for me. Because again, when it's us, there's no compromise.
It has to be this.
It has to be this.
Got it. But when you show up for others,
it's always compromise.
Are you following the same thought process?
Listen.
Got it.
Listen.
Okay.
Listen, Linda.
I listen.
I hope the internet realized you are dropping gems that can change the trajectory of relationships. Listen. That's what we do. That's what we do. It's like this.
No, somebody else showed me another one.
Heart. That's what we do. That's what we do. We want to change the trajectory of your relationship for the better. We're challenging what you think is your partner, because let's start with the micro. Your partner showing up for you and how you show up for your partner.
Right. That leads me to the homework for this week. Yes, I said homework.
Ooh, y'all got homework.
For you to have the conversation with your partner and ask, like, okay, how would you like for me to support you? Ooh. And actually listen.
Ooh.
Just listen.
I think some of y'all are scared to ask your partner, have I shown up for you like you wanted me to?
Well, that's part 2 of the question, man. You got to first ask, how do you want me to show up for you? And then they give you an answer and you say, so
based on your answer,
have I shown
up for you
in that capacity?
In that capacity. Some of y'all not ready for that conversation, but it's needed to be had, because if you're trying to grow and stretch with your partner, if you're trying to grow and stretch with yourself, you have to do self-checks with your partner. You have to do self-checks. You think you're doing good. Check with the person who deals with you every day. Check with the person who deals with you every day, who looks at you every day, who silently watches all your mannerisms every day. And then ask them the question, how can I show up for you? And then you tell me.
Now, let me give a caveat.
Okay.
Because you said this earlier. Because some of us have never been asked this question. And they may say, I don't know. So you may need to say, you know what? Can I get back to you tomorrow?
Yeah.
Let me think about that.
Yeah. That's real. That's real. Showing up for your partner, dare I say,
Yes.
showing up for your partner or lack thereof is a reflection of how you have been shown up for in your past.
Yep. It is. Okay, you don't fall out. It's far. It's far down there. It is. It is. But and again, how we've been socialized, or we talk about core beliefs, those things, like that's the core belief. However, those core beliefs can change. I tell people this all the time. You can have the life that you want to have. You just have to believe that and walk toward it. You have to be brave enough to walk through the steps, to be open, to be honest, to be vulnerable. And some people, they're not willing, so they don't have it. But when you are willing to be your most true and authentic self with you first, and then with others, you can definitely have.
Some of y'all don't know how to show up for people because you ain't showed up for yourself.
Okay, now I'm about to roll.
Some of y'all don't know how to show up for people, especially the important ones, because you ain't showed up for yourself. I gotta say it. Because I used to be that guy. I used to be that guy. We know how they should show up for us. We know it. Down to the T, we know it. We know what it's supposed to look like. We know when they don't do it. We know when they had the opportunity and they missed it. We know when they showed up, but it was a little drop that wasn't good enough for us. We know all these things. But when somebody asks you, have you shown up for yourself? Have you shown up for yourself? How you gonna tell me how to show up for you when you ain't showing up for you?
Ever.
How you gonna tell me what showing up for you is supposed to look like when you haven't shown up for yourself? I'm simple because y'all think it's a game.
Well, I will say that today's conversation has been very enlightening.
This ninja spin. Listen. I want to make sure that we as Black folk, we understand what support looks like. It's not a monolith. We get that. However, we are the most unsupported ethnic group in this country.
Yeah.
We have been taught to not ask for support by way of saying, I'm good. I don't need no help. What did my wife say earlier? I got it. I'm going to pray it away. Jesus paid it out. Jesus paid it out. I ain't got to worry because I'm covered by the blood.
Hallelujah. But you still do.
You still do.
You still worry and hold on to it. Take it to the altar, and when you go back to your sleep sick, you bring it right on back with you.
Bring it right back with you. And I could have sworn and said, leave it
at the altar.
At the altar.
Is your all on the altar of sacrifice laying? Anyway, sorry.
But some of us in the Black community, if not all of us, do not know what support really looks like. We think we know. We've held grudges for those who did not support us, did not show up for us, did not say the things that we thought they should have said at the time we thought they should have said them.
Yep.
But yet and still, starting with our own selves, We have not shown ourselves what real support looks like. We have not defined it. We have not. If we did, we would be better at simply supporting ourselves with Black businesses within our community. It is still true economically that the Black dollar circling in the Black community lasts less than 60 seconds. That means in the Black community, as a Black person, man or woman, you are less likely to spend your money with Black businesses than you are to spend your money with other businesses, which means when you spend your money with other businesses, you are contributing your Black dollar to their community.
Not to ours.
Well, he don't open up on time. Niggas, having business.
I couldn't stand her to begin with. She always thinking she better than people.
She got her little business and stuff. He got his little business and stuff. He think he doing something. But when it comes to the other communities, yeah, I'd like a large fry with a medium Coke and waffle fries and
all of it.
All of that. You straighten up. You support, watch this, you support on condition when you want to.
Oh, we done brought it right there. So.
The irony. Imagine being the support and baseline for the masses, not knowing what it looks like for our own selves.
Man, listen.
Shit.
That part.
We can't support each other. We're so damaged as Black folk. We support the ratchet shit before we support the non-ratchet shit. We got a whole class of doctors that just graduated. Black doctors.
Yeah.
A whole class. Yet and still, we still worried about the ratchet shit from housewives of whatever city you want to claim.
Yep.
We got whole businesses that are equally expensive as your Louis Vuitton, as your Birkin, as your Dolce, as your Prada, as your Gucci. But because they're Black businesses, we're like, meh. Same price, same quality. There is a Black website. If you follow TikTok and social media, there is a Black website that has all the Black businesses listed in this country. Websites, phone numbers, addresses, the whole nine. Yet and still, we still lining up at Prada and Gucci.
We need to push that out.
We're still lining up at Louis Vuitton. We still define ourselves. We still support, since this whole thing is around support, we still support everybody else but our own. We expect them, when something happened to niggas, to support us.
Don't make me go to Hispanics. Anyway, on that note.
I'm just saying, support runs deep on many layers. Support runs deep on many layers. We have groups.
For completely free.
Free 99.
Free. I have a women's group on Tuesday night.
Men's group on Wednesday. Couples group on Thursday.
And then
free 99.
And then we have this platform.
And support is 5 people viewing with 2 people on live.
Yep.
That's support. That's support.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. For my wife and I, we'd rather have 5 real ones support than 55 fake ones.
Yep.
Because we know the message that we're trying to get out there is being absorbed.
Yep.
And you're going back and you're challenging it to your partner, to your inner circle.
Yep.
So support today is the message. And what does support look like?
Yep, we appreciate your support here, and we hope that you have learned something today that would help you to support your family, your friends, your community a little bit more. And more importantly, starting with you about how to support yourself, right?
Support for self is important. That way you can really define it for other people around you.
Right.
If you have a partner and you're seriously partnered or you're married, start with going to your partner and asking the question that therapist Hughes told you to ask. What's the homework? One more time.
How can I support you? And then if they answer from that, have I been supporting you in that capacity?
These are tough conversations that you are going to have, but you got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, especially with your partner when it comes to support. Because truth be told, some of you ain't been showing up how you think you have been. This is the
F around, find out.
gut check.
But
some of you ain't been showing support for whatever reason. Some of you ain't been showing up for your partner like you should have been.
All right.
So again, support. What does it look like? Can you define it? Have you been doing it for yourself? And are you doing it for the people in your close proximity? Starting with your partner, if you're seriously partnered. Starting with yourself, if you're not.
And even if you've been doing it wrong, air quotes, wrong.
Right.
And there have been some things that maybe has challenged your trust, your openness, your honesty, all of those things. That doesn't mean that you can't get it back. Right. It doesn't mean that. Right. It just means that it might be a hard road to get there. Right. And if you need some assistance with getting there, please don't hesitate to contact us. You can go to my website at www.april like the month, autumn like the season, sparks like sparksfly.com, or you can go to
theobsidianluxgroup.com.
That wasn't the one that I was going to say.
Oh, Empower Him? Oh, okay.
Life coaching.
Life coaching. Empower Him coaching, lifecoaching.com. Yeah. Right? EmpowerHimLifeCoaching.com. Right? Again, we want to help. We're here to help.
Yep.
We're here to help you have the tough conversations with your partner before you have them.
Yep.
Right? Don't think that you're alone just because we challenge your current position, thought process about support. This is an open dialogue and an open conversation for you to think about how you've shown up, how you've asked for support, and are you really giving the support that you're asking for?
Right.
Right?
Awesome. It's been a great show.
Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. Tough conversations make relationship better than you think they can.
Listen. Girl, you said a mouthful.
Yep. Tough conversations is what's needed from a place of compassion.
Yep. Your favorite thing. Do it scared.
Do it scared. Have a healthy fear. Yep. This has been a great show.
It has been.
Yeah.
And I'm loving tonight. This is nice.
Y'all like that
nice
background?
Breeze.
Y'all like that background?
The sun going down.
Sun is going down.
Yeah.
The moon is out. We can't show it to you. We can't pan around. But everything's going good.
Facebook.
Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shout out to the Fletchers and NC. That's the homie.
Yep.
That's the group. Dallas Hughes, what's happening?
Yep.
How y'all doing?
Yep.
Right. Ohio Hughes, what's happening?
Yep.
Doing good. Thank you for showing up. What's next?
I'm hungry.
You hungry?
Yeah.
Do I gotta cook?
No.
I think we need to do like a day where we're just us and they just get to view us.
That might be weird.
That might be weird?
I mean, I don't know. Nobody wants to see that. I don't know.
They may want to watch. They may want to watch.
I'm trying to say these people are voyeurs?
Not like that. They may want to watch our lives outside of the camera.
Okay. Oh,
the melanin. Listen,
the coordinated outfit.
That's what Sis said. You know, this is a shirt I wore at my mom's funeral. So this shirt is special to me. I have not worn this shirt since my mom's funeral a couple of years ago.
Yep.
So very special to me. And her birthday just passed on the 2nd. So definitely wanted to wear it for today. So thank you so much for that. And she always looked good. She always looked good.
Thanks, babe.
Always camera ready.
Thanks, babe.
They talked to her before they talked to me. Like we was at the pool, right? Let me tell you. So we at the pool trying to find a location to shoot. And this girl was like, girl, I don't mean to be, what she say, disrespectful or weird.
No, she was like, I'm not trying to be weird.
I'm not trying to be weird, but your body and your shape is shaping. And I was like, what about me? You know? What about me? I'm right there with the dogs. They acknowledge the dogs. The dogs, everybody got acknowledged except for me. So she always looks phenomenal. Always looks phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
There's also Black owned supermarket in Houston, Texas. That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
There's a Black owned supermarket in Houston.
That's right.
Yep.
Right.
So we need to put this list out and push it out because we need to support each other in the businesses that we have. And again, support looks different. Like, let's talk about this. Since Kalia has been here, Kalia sends us change every week. Change. And she sends us a donation. And we appreciate that donation. Thank you so much for your donation to our cause.
Yep.
And shows up.
Shows up.
Shows
her and Delon.
up. Her and Delon.
Oh,
and
gee.
that's love. That's love. And so, I mean, we appreciate that. That's more than, a lot of people have done. And we've done this new thing about what is it? Support for coffee or something.
Support our coffee habits.
And Kalia has been doing it before we started.
We'll stream for coffee.
There it is.
There it is. We'll stream for coffee. Listen, just click on the hashtag, sign, or click on the QR code at the bottom. Bring people to our live stream. And we will get, and also you will get cash for referring people to our live stream.
Yeah.
We also, for those who are joining us on YouTube, make sure to click and subscribe, hit the notification bell, because we're trying to get to 300 people. Authentic. Right now we're at like 188, 190, so we're doing good.
I'm over 200, but I'm
about to be over 200, so definitely doing good. But definitely click and subscribe. We will stream for Starbucks. We said Starbucks, but there are other coffee places out there, Black owned and stuff like that. We'll stream for coffee. Let's just put it like that. So, but again, that's support. And it's been small support, but it's been steady and consistent.
Right.
And she's shown up, and Delana's shown up to every group session.
Yep.
Every live broadcast. Yep. So that's support.
That is support. And we love you and thank you for that.
Right. A lot of us have been supported. Our core members, or people who are here, I say members, but people who are here have been support. Have showed support. North Dallas Hughes showed support, right? Did an interview with them.
Stephanie
is Austin.
Yes.
Austin have, a lot of support, right? So we listen. 5 original, 7 original. However, your mom.
My mom, she's on. That's why I put this here. I should have started here on Facebook. So because
support.
Yeah. We appreciate it. I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. I have almost 5,000 followers on my Facebook page.
5,000 followers, but only 5 showed up.
But that's okay.
That's okay.
I appreciate the people who do show up for me.
We would rather have the 5 or the few than the many.
The faithful.
The few and the faithful. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Many and the fake.
Truth.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Listen, we've just gotten people who text us saying they support our coffee habits. It's an addiction. Okay. We in the place that we stay at right now, in the high rise we stay at, they have coffee at the bottom, and we have coffee up top, of course. We have switch from
Keurig to press.
Keurig to no, not press, French press.
Oh God.
Yes, you gotta say French with it, because it is a French press. So
He's so damn bullshit.
Yeah, French press. If it ain't French press, it's nothing. Nothing. I used to do Keurig until I got rescued, like I'm doing a testimony in church. I used to do Keurig until I got rescued, and French press came in by the Lord Himself, and now that's how I drink my coffee, because I know Jesus made it Himself. He dipped His pinky in it, and it just tastes right for the Lord.
Renata,
French press.
You see this? You see this, Renata? This is what I do every morning.
French press, but then they have coffee downstairs, and they have their own big, espresso machine.
Barista.
Yeah, it's a full barista style. So Renata and her rich self knows about that.
She gonna get you, but I ain't messing with you.
She gonna get me.
I ain't messing with you.
But this has been fun overall. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for tuning in. And again, we hope you love the background. I know all the lights ain't came on yet, but they're starting to come on.
Yep.
We should turn the lights off again. Let's turn the lights off again.
3, 2, 1. Oh.
That did nothing.
Absolutely
nothing. We could have kept these off.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you ready to eat?
I'm ready to eat.
What are we eating? Tacos? Waffles? You gotta tell them about the waffles.
They probably ready to go. So for those of you who don't know, I'm sorry, I don't like this lighting.
You don't like the lighting?
No.
Okay, let's go back to the lighting.
Maybe I'm bougie.
You are.
Oh yeah.
But I'm bougie.
Hello. Much better.
I'm bougie.
I see it. It is Jamon. Thank you. Wait. Yeah, it's Jamon.
Yeah.
It's Jamon.
It is.
So the waffles. So for those of you who know me, y'all know that I've been on this carnivore, ketovore kind of diet for a year now, and I've lost 65 pounds. And it has definitely been a journey. Thank you. I feel amazing. So I'm on the hunt for different recipes and things, because with carnivore, it's anything from an animal, no sugar, no sweets, no carbs, no rice, no any of that. And so I've been wanting waffles. Listen, that ain't nothing but bread. But I'm between keto and keto, you have a certain amount of carbs. But anyway, I made some waffles that are actually carnivore waffles, and you make them with pork rind panko, which is like breadcrumbs, and cheese, mozzarella cheese, some sweetener, which is 0 fat, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, but it's a sweetener, and eggs. Oh my! I might make them. Yeah, that's what we having again tonight. I had one two last night.
Yeah, you had
dinner.
two.
I had one this morning. That's what we had for breakfast.
And then you had the breakfast sausage with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it was supposedly the Krispy Kreme donut waffle with, you're supposed to put the sausage in the middle, and it. Oh my gosh. It's supposed to be like the pancake thing.
So they want to know, what did you use for syrup? Because people want the syrup and the...
I didn't really use syrup. I used I made with stevia and Splenda with heavy whipping cream, and what else? It's something that I have called skinny flavors, the ones that we put in our coffee.
Yeah.
I whipped it all together and made a glaze.
Yeah. It's if you ever had flavor, if you go to the store like Kroger's or something, they have flavors you can put in your coffee, like butter,
or
truffle,
your drinks.
or your drinks. It's kind of like the drinks, but for coffee, it's different flavors, like birthday cake, hazelnut, stuff like that. And you used not hazelnut, but what was the other one?
For vanilla
almond. Vanilla almond.
Or butter toffee.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was those, and so I made that sauce and put it over it. It was like a donut.
Yeah.
It was like a donut.
Yeah. I did not try it.
You did not. And guess what? I did not care. Usually I'm like, you gotta try it. And you're like, I don't want that. And this time I was like, you don't have to try it.
My journey for carnivore / keto or ketovore diet is a little bit different. So if I'm gonna have a waffle, I'm gonna have a waffle. I'm not gonna,
Which does not make him on the keto or carnivore diet.
Yeah. Just give me the bacon and eggs. Give me,
like, let me stay within the realms. Let me stay
within the realms. So I won't Jedi mind trick myself and be mad because I ain't got no syrup, So, yeah.
I could have made you some syrup, but you don't want what I make.
That ain't real syrup.
Oh, my God. See, that's what I'm saying.
That ain't no real syrup.
See, you try. You try to support.
There you go.
It's like, no, I don't want your support.
I don't want your syrup.
Hold on, wait. We went to go eat something yesterday.
Where was that? Jimmy
John's.
Jimmy John's, yeah.
And we can have an unwich, so
which is lettuce wrapped sandwich, basically.
Without bread.
Without bread, right.
I usually don't like to eat the lettuce because I'm the meat girl. I'm sorry. I will eat 2 steaks.
She like Arby's. We got the meats.
Yes, I will eat 2 steaks for breakfast and be great. But anyway, so we go in, and Jamon looks at me. He was like, I want the bread. I'm just telling you. I want the bread.
I was having a moment. I wanted the bread.
And so he goes, fine, but I'm getting a bag of chips. I'm like, I support you in your endeavors, whatever.
I treated myself to a bag of chips.
He treated himself, and I was like, that was support.
But see, it's funny because, wait a minute, tell the story. It's funny because when I got the bag of chips, he was like,
No, I did not.
You who? Ooh, I want to say it so bad. And I'm like, you don't want to have these chips, do you?
Wait. So we are like really being so far gone now.
Yeah, this is support, though.
So he will say, babe, on this diet, on this journey, I need your support.
I said that.
And I said, okay, what does that look like? That's who I am. I'm going to need for you to hold me accountable. I'm like, okay, accountability. Got it.
I also said, wait a minute. I also said, I'm going to bitch and complain along the way. Please don't mind me because, carb detoxification is hard. It's rough. A lot of people don't understand. Carb detoxification, like when you take yourself off carbs, like for real, you angry as fuck. You mad as hell. Like you smell shit that you want to eat so bad and you can't have it. And you like, cause it's carbs, you like, man, if you don't give me the McDonald's fries, I'm gonna beat everybody's ass in this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you mad as hell. You drive by Burger King, all your favorite fast foods, Popeyes, they got the chicken sandwich, all kinds of stuff. And you just like, I can't have none of that because of this diet.
But what can you have and what is the end result? See, you asked for my support, so I'm trying to be supportive.
There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I could have still.
But you don't want none.
But some of it,
No, let's be clear.
Yeah.
You don't want most of it.
Just give me the bacon, the chicken.
And then had an attitude. So I had to make his favorite last night.
Oh my God.
Which is bacon wrapped chicken.
Whoo, when I say this woman right here can make some bacon wrapped chicken that'll make you question your entire existence about life. Like as soon as you eat it, you like, I need to get my shit together. I ain't doing shit with my life. Lord Jesus, what type of I think I've been bullshitting most of my life. I think I have. This bacon wrapped chicken. It sounds so innocent, but it's just, I don't even know what she put in it. I don't want to know. All I know is every time that bacon wrapped chicken, and it's the chicken strips, and it's not breaded, and it's just wrapped in the bacon, and it comes out, and it's always moist, and the bacon is always crisp, just hugging the chicken like, don't go nowhere, chicken. I love you, chicken. It's just us together right now. Just me and you. And it's just looking good, and then I eat it. You don't need nothing. I dip it in some lime juice that we have. Because lime juice is one thing we can use. And so I dip it in the lime juice, and I probably mix it with because we measure everything just about. I do. Barbecue sauce, 2 teaspoons of barbecue sauce, depending on the carb count. Mix it with that lime juice. I got to rethink my life every time. I can be mad at her, and she'll make some bacon wrapped chicken, and I'll be like, you ain't blah, 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 blah. And she'll be like, I'm making bacon wrapped chicken tonight. I'll be like, okay, thank you so much for making bacon wrapped chicken, because I was being good, and I was just trying to say that I just want some bacon wrapped chicken. I was just acting out, because you ain't give me no bacon wrapped chicken in 2 weeks. It's good. It's good. It's good. Bacon wrapped chicken. So but the support is, I asked for accountability. I got accountability, and I was just like, all right, as long as I can bitch and complain about it every now and then, I'll take the accountability. But what did I do at Jimmy John's? Besides the chips, I got an unwich.
You did.
I got an unwich.
Okay.
And it always works out.
Listen, the baby steps, the way that you can do it.
You got to do what works for me. I've lost 20 pounds.
You have.
On this diet.
You have.
Yeah, stuff is fitting. You need to throw that away. I'm like,
that was my favorite shorts that are falling off of you.
They don't fit you no more,
Yeah.
But again, that's what support looks like. And we just gave you a behind-the-scenes detail of what support looks like with us and how we laugh about it and joke about it and go about it. But again, you have to go to your partner and have these kind of conversations.
Yep.
You have to go to your partner and say, listen, I need support, and I need it to look like this because I know me. Right?
But you got to be honest with yourself about what you're trying to do.
Right. I know me. I had to tell her, listen, I know me, and I need to do what I need to do.
Yes!
So, Counselor Renata has been on the carnivore diet. And she has lost 30 pounds.
30 pounds. How you feel, boo?
It was hard for her. The carnivore diet it's hard.
No.
It can be.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a mentality shift.
It is definitely. Because you're thinking, there's no way I can lose weight with just salt, pepper, garlic.
And meat.
And butter.
And butter. Ooh.
Everything's cooked in butter. And you're like, my cholesterol is finna go through the roof.
And it isn't.
Everything's cooked in butter. She says she's done it since March.
30 pounds.
30 pounds.
Since March, April, May, June. July. We're at the beginning of July.
Yeah.
So 3 months. That girl.
That's 10 pounds a month almost. Yeah. Listen.
Yeah.
I think I remember her saying she don't even crave certain shit no more.
Yeah.
Like Renata's like, I used to like sweets. I don't even like sweets.
She's like, it's too sweet. But you did the same thing.
Yeah.
Like it was something. Because we get so I like the Coke Zeros.
Right.
Real quick. Renata said,
"Carnivore ain't no joke. After 21 days, you good. I'm low carb and keto now." Listen.
Yeah.
Listen. Carnivore ain't no joke.
It's not.
Carnivore works like you doing a goddamn not the EpiPen, but what's the other shit?
I don't remember that.
Ozempic.
Yeah.
Doing an Ozempic pen on your ass. That's how carnivore works.
But listen. I gotta kick the Waffle House diet I've been on.
I want some Waffle House so bad. It's just the waffles are so good.
See,
the syrup is so good.
The thing for you You need, and Renata did this. Renata did an amazing job. Like, we had conversation almost every day about this.
She did.
And one of the things that she did, she just stopped.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm not, there we go. The benefits of no leg pain, low anxiety, no swelling in my legs, feet, and ankles.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling, it is, I was like, the weight loss is amazing.
Yeah.
But even better is not being in this pain.
Yeah.
This pain.
I do not crave streets or cars. Best thing ever happened to me. Thanks, sis. Listen.
Yes.
I didn't believe it.
No.
The carnivore diet, no bullshit. If you go hard your first 2 weeks, you're going to drop 5 to 10 pounds. Dead ass. You just going to be angry as fuck because you coming off this carb detoxification and you're not used to it. It's no different than coming off a sweet detoxification.
Because that's what it is.
Right.
It's sugar. It's everything because all you're eating is meat or it's something that comes from an animal.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So we are so conditioned and so basically addicted to sugar and carbs.
Yeah.
So that's what I said. Renata was just like, okay, all right. And she was like, I want that. I want it, but I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I ain't going to do it. Because if I do it, I'm going to be back on it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You just got to say, I'm not going to do it for 21 days. And once you get through the 21 days, because every time you have it, it puts you back.
Yeah.
It puts you back every time for you to crave that thing again. So the fries. Listen, Linda, my favorite is sweet potato fries. I'm not going to lie. And a year ago, I would have been like, I want some sweet potato fries. I want some. Now, I've had them. And I was like, okay, I'm disappointed. Remember on the cruise?
Yeah.
I had them and I was like, I ate 3 of them.
Funny you said that.
3 of them and I was like, I ain't doing that.
Shout out to the North Dallas Hugheses and Delon and his wife, Kalia. We've been on cruises with them. And we've been on the diocese, we've been on cruises, and we was like, yo, when we get on a cruise, we're going to fuck these waffles up, we're going to fuck these pancakes up, we're going to fuck all this other shit up. Man, we had that shit, and especially me, like, I like the hash browns.
Oh, yeah.
My shit on the cruise, right? I had them hash browns, I was like, this ain't
Instant regret.
Instant regret. This ain't it.
Remember they had the All-American burger with the waffle and the egg on it? And I was like, yes, I'm having it.
The one with the French toast.
Oh, it was the French toast.
The French toast, yeah.
Oh, my God.
It was a French toast burger in the morning for that ass.
And I got it, and I took 2 bites, and I was like, I don't want that no more.
Man, listen.
I ate the burger. I ate the burger and the egg that was on it, and that was it.
Threw that French toast to the side. You go ahead that.
I was so
eggs and meat.
I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
Because we just knew we was about to go stupid and did not.
Yeah. Yeah. That carnivore diet is something that, listen, if you try it,
21 days.
It'll scare the fuck out of you. I ain't gonna hold you because you gonna drop so much weight. You be like, am I dying in this bitch? What the
And that was the other thing. Like, Renata, I hope I'm not throwing you out here too much. We would talk and she was like, okay, I'm trying to walk with it and I can't. Oh, thank you. Yes, I wanted to support you on this because this, again, if you are so socialized to believe, I gotta eat 3 meals a day. I can't eat too much. I gotta eat a little portion. Carnivore will mess you up because carnivore says eat until you are comfortably stuffed.
Full, yeah, man.
Not just full, stuffed. And so
not overtly stuffed, like where you're just like, oh, I ate too much. Like, no, you comfortable. All right, I can put the fork down. Right.
Because then you won't probably eat again for that day. Right. Or if you do, it'll be like 12 hours later.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's just a different mindset and a way to think about food because I'm not constantly thinking, okay, what am I eating?
Right.
Okay, what am I eating? Okay, what am I eating?
Right.
I'm just like, I know I'm going to have some meat.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be meat.
You think you don't get full, and then you get into snacks like you have your pork rinds.
every now and again, but I don't even try to eat the snacks. But you like snacks, which is fine. Not a
I like the
cheese.
The zero. I love the cheese, and that's the thing. Like here's a spinoff. I've gotten into different types of cheeses.
Oh my God!
There's a smoked Gouda. That's my favorite. Smoked Gouda?
No, the Havarti Dill.
Havarti Dill comes second for me, but it's still in the top 5.
Well, it's the other way around for me, but
Boar's Head Havarti Dill cheese. If you ever get Boar's Head in your local Kroger's or wherever you're at,
H-E-B.
For us, it's H-E-B. In Houston, in Houston.
Harris Teeter
for those.
North Carolina.
Boar's Head Havarti Dill cheese. I'm telling you. And then you add a pickle to it? What?
Oh, the other thing that I had. Okay, remember I had it the other day and you was like, are you serious?
Oh, the pickle sandwich. Oh, man. I didn't want it because I was just like, I'm going to watch because you venturous. You'll venture out there. I got to see it first. Let me see how this turns out. And then you
saw it. You was like,
and I was
okay.
like, can we have chicken?
And you can, because all it is the cheese is you fry the cheese to make it like bread.
Yeah.
And then you could put meat in it, like sandwich meat or whatever, and other cheese, and cut it with the
man,
so good with the pickles. I'm sorry, y'all. We did not think we would be going here for support, but this was one of the things that, it was funny because about support. So when I started this, Jaman was not on board.
Hell no.
Say it again.
Hell no. You gonna do what? Butter. All you could, because again, we don't understand. Here's a hidden fact. Canola oil spray is flammable. You put that in your body.
A lot of the things that we put in our body, we're just socialized to believe that they're better for us than, they call it the standard American diet. The acronym is SAD.
SAD, S-A-D, yeah.
Yeah. So if you really research and think about how people before all of this came here, we do all of the things and process the things, how we digest food. But if you have stomach issues, indigestion, autoimmune stuff, that's me. My joints, my whole body would just hurt all the time. And I'm telling you, it took me one good week. This is what kept me on this diet. Or I should stop saying diet. This eating, this way of life.
Lifestyle.
Because it's a way of life for me now. I'm not going back.
Yeah.
And so it was, I could run down the stairs and my knees not hurt.
Yeah.
I can actually do squats. Like I can wear heels. I love wearing my heels.
Right.
And my knees aren't killing me.
Yeah, feet aren't killing me.
My feet aren't swollen like Renata said. That was enough for me to be like, I'm good. My skin looks amazing. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be cocky, y'all. My skin looks amazing.
I'm not gonna lie, she do 100 squats a day.
Or more.
Or more. She does 100 squats a day or more.
Yeah. But that's the only exercise I really do.
I'm in the gym.
That's all I do.
I do squats, but I'm in the gym. I'm doing my thing because everybody's journey is different.
Yeah.
However, this is what support looks like. To say, this is what works for you. I support you. I see the results. Right. It makes me feel happy. Like the lady today, she was like, "I'm not trying to be funny, but your shape is shaping." Like
she did.
Then every time she tells somebody, "Oh yeah, I'm 53," they like, "Bitch, where? Let me see ID." And so for me, that's motivation. And I know what she's doing is working for her, but it makes her feel good. And I support her. I don't be like, "Babe, come on, could you make a cake or something? Come on back off that diet." No.
Remember when we were, Renata probably remembers this, and Lamont. Remember when I started and you were like, okay, I'm going to try it with you. I'm just trying 1 week. 1 week. No. And then we went to Lupe Tortilla.
Goddamn.
So, Lupe Tortilla is amazing. I'm not going to lie. And their charo beans.
Charo beans, listen.
And I just watched y'all eat it. And I was dying inside because I had just started then.
Right.
I had just started. And I was like,
I was chipping and dipping. I know I said I started, but I'm going to start tomorrow.
I lied.
I was doing the whinings. Tomorrow, I'll try this diet. Tomorrow.
Yeah. But it took, you seen it. And it was like, and I had to say, this isn't for, my support doesn't mean that he has to do this exactly like me.
Right.
So whatever, we had lots of conversation about that.
Back
it was
and forth.
Like,
I was resistant.
Very.
I was resistant. Just keeping it a buck, because what she's worried about, be it men or women, mostly women worried about men, what she's worried about is your health. What she's trying to get you to do is do something different so you can feel better as you age. Men, we have a hard time because we're not used to that level of support. We're not used to that support at all. So when a woman comes in and she's like, babe, I need you to change this up. Let's try this, let's try that. Listen, we bitch and complain. And shout out to the women that push through that and see to the core of who we are as men, because at the end of the day, we ain't never had that support. Ain't nobody telling. We've had people that's been feeding us shit and say, oh, he just big boned. He'll be all right. Ain't nothing wrong with him. Right? Then we get older and we know we don't like the way we look. We know we don't like the way we feel. We get in our 40s and 50s, we get sluggish and this and that. And we're like, oh, well, nobody gives a shit anyway. I'm only supposed to work and die because happy wife, happy life.
No.
But then somebody comes along like your partner and says, no, let's do this, let's do that. And shout out to the women that stick with that and then get us to actually do it. I'm keto carnivore. I know carnivore works, but I got to have some middle ground sometimes. And I'm keto carnivore. That's what works for me. I hit the gym. She asked me, babe, are you going to the gym today? You know you're supposed to go to the gym today. We'll be in the grocery store. I fucking hate it. I hate it. Let me just say I hate it. Listen, she's just proud of me for looking at the carb count. But you don't know the frustration it feels, unless you're Renata. You don't know the type of frustration it is to just go down the whole chip aisle and every goddamn carb count is above 2%. And you like, God.
2 grams.
2 grams. And you like, God damn. But then you see the healthy food chips and you like, man, I hope this don't taste like
cardboard.
TV static and cardboard. And some of them don't. But then you got to get used to that. And that's why I went to the 0 sugar beef jerky and the different types of beef jerky. That's when I went to the cheese. I stick with the different types of dark lettuce, like the spinach and stuff like that actually help you, right? Haven't had fruit in so long. Nuts too, right?
I don't eat a lot of nuts, but that's more like my dessert.
Right.
Because they mess with my autoimmune
ton of water.
And stuff.
I prefer sparkling water now.
Yeah, he believes you.
Never thought. I'm a Kool-Aid guy. Kool-Aid. Don't pour it in there until you have diabetes before you taste it. Now it's like, do you have some sparkling water, sir? Here she go. Nigga, they got regular water. Just drink the regular water. No, I like sparkling. It's a different lifestyle. But I put on my clothes and she goes, okay, now keep playing. We ain't gonna go where we supposed to go. We ain't gonna make it there. You looking like a whole meal. You looking like a whole buffet. I look at her same way. Then other people look at her. Okay, girl, I see you. What do you do? But then say, okay, this shit works.
So yeah, it works. We just went on a whole tangent.
It's support on a different level, and it gives you a look inside of how we support ourselves and each other when it comes to something like health. Because again, supporting categories is different.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yep.
We want support in what we want support in so we can do what we want to do.
How we want to do it.
And how we want to do it. But what does it look like when somebody's challenging you and supporting you in a different way that challenges you? Like your health, like your appearance, like changing how you go about different things, like progression in your career. Woo. Support is different. All this has to do with support. So again, We want you guys to talk to your spouses, to talk to your friends, your closest friends, and ask yourselves as well, have I supported you? Have I done what I needed to do?
Right.
And if I can, how can I do it better than what you think I'm doing it right now? What does that look like?
Right.
You want to turn it off again?
Yes, because the lights will come on.
Okay, go ahead.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. It was late.
I was late.
Better. It's better.
That's good.
Awesome. So, y'all, thank you so much for hanging in there with us. We were being very tangential. But, oh man, you had the glass in front of the folks
I'm sorry.
the whole time.
I'm going to give them a little view. Just a little bit.
Okay. Well, I'll give.
Just a little bit. This is our view. And this is just on the penthouse level. Now that over there is going west.
Right.
San Antonio, stuff like that.
Hello.
But over here is the pool. If we go back this way, this is the pool area. You can't see it because they got all kinds of stuff there, but that's the pool area. But then there again, that's the view. That's downtown. That way is downtown. All right? So, again, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We thank you guys for showing up. And we thank you guys for challenging yourselves about support.
Yep.
All right? And what it looks like. Now, this time, when we get up out of here, we're going to do it the right way.
Bye, y'all. Love you much.